EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us a dozen miles east of the National Mall at the home of the Commanders here in Landover, Maryland. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The tight end Ertz in motion. Daniels starts with a pass. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. It's 2nd down.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. And now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This is how you drop your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. On 1st down, Jones. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And It wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Jones. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Singletary. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
His kick is perfect. And the Giants will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Robinson. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the 1st down. They send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, right back to Robinson. And he'll get about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. The tight end Ertz in motion. Another run here for Robinson. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped, this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Here comes 3rd and 6. The tight end Ertz in motion. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here's their punter now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. On the ground, it's the rookie from UT. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They send the tight end in motion. He'll get this out wide. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Slayton is the man in motion. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Giants.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Slayton is the man in motion. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. On 2nd down, it's Singletary. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
Here's 3rd and 7. Jones operating out of the pistol. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. They'll throw with Daniels. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
It almost seemed to me before the snap, Mike, that the quarterback was expecting man coverage, and then after the snap, the defense fell into zone, and it just completely mixed them up. You can see he's staring down his receiver, and frankly, I think he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
Third down, 3 to go. Now an option here, left side. Robinson, a first down and more. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Commanders' 28-yard line. It's a big run by Robinson. 31 yards. Here's 1st and 10. First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Giants leading this one early. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, it's Daniels. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Daniels now going to look to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. The tight end Ertz in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
Really nice job here by the defense, taking advantage of this condensed field. Anytime you're down here in the red zone, the field is wider than it is deep. It's actually very challenging for an offense to stay in their normal rhythm, and coverage has been tight, pass rush is getting home, back-to-back sacks.
Back-to-back sacks back them up. What's going to happen now on 3rd and goal? Third and goal. It's Daniels. And the defense unrelenting, a 3rd consecutive sack.
Everybody on that sideline, when you find yourself in a goal-to-go situation, you're all thinking the same thing. You're getting 6. Well, next thing you know, you've given up 2 sacks on the previous 3 plays, and I think here on 4th down, I've lost all confidence in my protection, and I think you got to settle for the 3. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. This taken around the 11. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll give it to Singletary to begin this drive. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Johnny Newton there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run once more with Singletary. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Shotgun now for Jones. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's a run with Singletary. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, here's Singletary. The defense all over that. Met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Singletary. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 3. They got 6. Enough for the 4th down conversion.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
They'll go back to Singletary on 1st down. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. They motion a receiver right. Jones will get this out wide to Neighbors. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
This one is caught by Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. That's to the right side and incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have the Giants first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
I love this call, Mike. You're basically asking yourself, can your offense beat this defense? And they know exactly what play is coming. And I'll tell you the answer, it's an emphatic yes. They run the quarterback sneak right up the gut, and they turn 4th down into a 1st.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Throwing now is Jones. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown.
And this one is blocked. A big hole. He's to midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this one back all the way. Disastrous. The blocked extra point leads to 2 for the defense instead of 1 for the offense. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A throw left side, caught by Sinnott. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. To the right side here, pass is caught. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
On 1st down, Daniels. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Brian Burns, the former Panther, in there for the sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He finds the veteran Ertz. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They motion the slot man left. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. Third and 6. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Singletary. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Again, it's Singletary. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. Third and a yard. Side, he's got it, and he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down. Working from the gun, it's Jones. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. On 2nd down, here's Jones. He'll throw it left and has his running back.
This is a great example, Mike, of playing zone defense at a high level. They're trying to threaten him. They're trying to put 2 guys in his zone and see which guy he's going to choose. In this case, they try to out-leverage him into the flat. He's not having it. He brings him down for no gain.
It is 3rd and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen on now. as he's on to punt for the second time. On the return, it's Hines. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. That one complete to Brian Robinson.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's a second and 9. Daniels gonna throw again. That's gonna wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Third and 9. The tight end Ertz in motion. On third down, here is Eckler. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Giants 9, Commanders 5.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. First and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. They'll run straight ahead with Singletary. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Third down and 9. From the gun, it's Jones. Open man, left side, he's got it. They get 12 yards on that pass. That's good for a Giants first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Here's Jones. And it's caught. It's Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Again, they'll throw with Jones. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
Jones to the air again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Again, it's Jones. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he is not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. He's got his man. That's Slayton. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Jones. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Naheem Hines. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Slot man in motion left. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Daniels now going to look to throw. He's got the veteran Zach Ertz. That'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Robinson. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Quick throw, taken in. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. The Commanders going to send out their field goal unit. Spotted at the 45, this is a 55-yard attempt. This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And this stays a 2-score game. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Singletary now on 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Slayton is the man in motion. Throwing now is Jones. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Jones to throw. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
Jones to throw on second down. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
You can see the quarterback here. He's saying, hey, man, my bad, my fault. He knew a better ball probably leads to a nice completion. That one got away from him a little bit too much and leads the receiver out of bounds.
So, after two straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. To throw is Jones. Open. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Commanders come up with it. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Hard running there. He'll get this only to about the 13. Daniels to throw on second down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down. The Commanders about to send this one away, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's 1st and 10. Now, a handoff to Singletary. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Jones. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
3rd and 5. Now, Jones. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one, and they let him off the hook.
And this will work out well. Touchdown by the special teams unit right at the 10-yard line. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
They face 2nd down and 7. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Commanders set to kick this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw is Jones. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. Now Jones throwing on 2nd down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter.
16, Commanders 5.
Up the middle, here's Singletary. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jones. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Here's Jones. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Tight end going in motion here. On 1st down, Jones. That'll be caught by the running back, Singletary. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Again, they'll throw with Jones. There's that man again. Another catch. He is in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
No problem there on the extra point, and the Giants will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On first down, Daniels. That pass taken in by McLaurin. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. Daniels gonna throw again. That's McLaurin open on the left side.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
To the air again is Daniels. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Throwing again, Daniels. He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Play action. Here's Daniels. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
On second down, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Going to leave the offense out there for fourth and long. The tight end Ertz in motion. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. Let's see what they do here. This is fourth and long. They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. Now a shot here, deep middle. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on fourth and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They run here with Singletary. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Running left is Singletary. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll run the toss play with Singletary. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. operating from their own 23. They'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this will be incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much, because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
Third and long, and here's Daniels. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Singletary. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A run here with Johnson. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. David Singletary. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
The Giants field goal unit out on the field. This will be from 56 yards away. That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a lot with that one. It's no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Daniels to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd and 15.
3rd and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
That is hard down the field. He's got it. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Daniels now on 1st down. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Back at the 21-yard line.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Daniels. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And now he's not spiking it. It's a fake. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So a road win here for the Giants. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. A chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night from just outside our nation's capital.